Okay, so hi, how's it going, everybody? It's Eden. I just wanted to pop in and tell you that we're reading Shadow Demons today, and Shadow Demons does have a trigger warning on it. If you can handle self-harm or related topics, I would recommend skipping this one. Because Shadow Demons ends very uncomfortably. So just keep that in mind, okay, everybody? Please enjoy the video. Hello and welcome back to Hero Atlas Readings. I am your host, Friend Eden, coming to you from the plains slash fields slash bungalow of Eternal Carnage. And today's readings will be Riki, Ringmaster, Rubick, Sand King, Shadow Demon. I am a little sleepy. It's very late. I am getting this video done to stay on track. Yay.
I am Riki.
He is Riki. The streets of Slum were foggy, the feeble light of street lamps leaving plenty of ground shadowed. Not that I would have noticed him approaching even in the light of midday sun. His introduction came from a blade at my throat. Why you're asking about me? Riki hissed. Speak quietly. I don't have all day to decide whether you live or die. I heard the army who had murdered his royal family had settled in Slum. By the time I arrived to speak with them, the few that hadn't been ambushed or slain had fled. Speaking slowly, the steel at my throat made me very cautious about moving my vocal cords too recklessly. I asked my captor whether the killing had slaked his thirst for revenge. Revenge? He genuinely seemed surprised. What revenge? I had no great love for my family, nor did I have a claim to the throne. I didn't kill them for vengeance. I killed them because I could. That was all. He was gone. But for the pounding of my heart, there was no sign he had been there at all. Good kind. Riki, when I find you, Riki. Sorry. That one's for Jasmine. One of my loves. Which is a common echolalia when Riki is involved.
Tonight's show is, simply put, to die for.
Ringmaster. To call the blacksmith a slab of a man would have been a disservice to slabs. Perhaps a plinth. Yet here's this giant, chest heaving with sobs. Oh, this is going to be a sad one, isn't it? I made a joke immediately. We sit in the junk-filled workshop where he crafts replacement parts for Ringmaster. First I said no, flat out. Then he brought out the damn wheel. Next thing I know, I'm handing him those blasted gears. Me and my son are packed in a crowded tent for his show. Shaking, he unbandaged his left foot, pulped from a crowd participation act called Blade or Bludgeon. But what really sets him off is the talk of his boy, who Coglistro had volunteered for a disappearing act. Said he'd release him from the box if the Smith skiers worked. Guess they did. There's a knock at the door with a tiny voice calls, Papa? The Smith limps swiftly to the door and flings it open. What stands there is more mechanism than boy. Exposed gears whir, springs sprawling, small bellows heave, the Smith's own handiwork used to torment him further. Coglistero told me to watch over you, the abomination chirps, its head cocking mechanically to the side. The Smith weeps, and yeah, so do I. Carrick. Oh, that's fucked.
What wonders will I see this day?
Rubick. Meister of a city is one of the most honored stations a magus can hold, boasted Ilwyn Calarian, gesturing to the massive chamber. hiccups, of leather-bound tomes, gold inlaid orbs, crystal beakers, and other ornate arcana. By all accounts, Caladrian had earned his role as Stonehall's resident mage. Through decades of study and practice, and more importantly, he survived what those in the magic circles called simply the Cataclysm. No one ever challenged the entire Mages Guild. No one had been that foolish. But when Rubick dared to do just that, he nearly put an end to the world of magic. Rubick threw down the gauntlet. He shook his head. He challenged us all, and there's no force greater than an army of magi working towards a common goal. That's the theory, at least. Magi set out for blood and wound up spilling only their own. For every spell they cast, Rubick had an answer. Often, the answer was a spell that another magus had used. Incantations that had taken us years to learn, he replicated with a single thought, as though he were playing a child's game, Caloran sputtered. Some of us crawled away, but only because he got bored killing us. I hope he stays bored. Good kind.
I am your liege.
Sandy. Sun-baked bazaar of Qualden thrums with vitality. Vendors shout over the din of arriving caravans, spice perfume the air. Whirling dervishes dance mysterious rites, nibbling on a lamb skewer. I remark to my guide how lively the kingdom seems amid the lifeless desert. Wazam laughs. A desert is very much alive. I don't know why I use this voice for everybody. The scintillion wastes thinks it moves, and when it wants a body, it sends the Sand King. This avatar, he elaborates, appears as a huge arachnid called Crixlis, or Soul of the Sand. He leans close. And who forged the armor, who lets it take shape? The Jinn of Colden. His eyes glimmer with amusement or pride. I wonder why the Jinn had done this. Wazam shrugs. Some say it was to give the desert a form that could be bargained with, so that it would not simply swallow up Colden. Others say to create monster to torment men. Others simply because it was amusing. I ask Wazam why he thinks the Jinn conjure magical sand scorpion. Wazam laughs. Who the hell knows why Jinn do anything? It's like the voice I use for everybody. It's 4, 5. What? Shadow Demon? I wasn't about to pry information about Shadow Demon out of the cult that follows him. But I had heard one rogue cultist who'd fled their ranks, and I'd been working for weeks to track her down. Someone leaving the Order of Umbral Mist was unheard of, so I was skeptical. The rogue cultist was also skeptical, but of me. My repeated attempts to find her and my intentions. She'd been running since the day she left. It took weeks of coded correspondences, dead drops, and a lot of reassurance to finally arrange a meeting in a far-flung hovel. The location I promise I wouldn't divulge. When we got there, a dagger glinted in her hand. Out of her eyes, she had the wild, hunted stare of a prey animal. I ran with my parents volunteered to be a sacrifice, she squeaked meekly, jumping in abject terror at every sound. I'd seen how the poison they gave to the sacrifices corrupted them, tormented them, killed them. The cult made their sacrifices to help bring about the end of days. She said, not just for the world, but for all worlds. It was their god's greatest hope. A rustle from outside, and she jumped to her feet, drawing her blade to her own throat. Thick blood flowed to her elbow before I could stop her. Ooh, good kind. Oh, geez. Okay, this one needs a little bit of a trigger warning before it... Oh, that is... Wow, we are getting to the more fucked up ones. Okay. Thank you all for listening. I'm gonna go record a trigger warning for the start of this video now, actually. You have a good night. Oh, jeez.